Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel. And here we are at another Bean Bonanza recipe. The Bean Bonanza is such a cool collaboration because it gives you other really great ideas of how to use beans, different recipes for your dried beans. And the recipe I'm going to make today is a little bit different. I made a couple recipes for this collaboration so far, and they were just, dinners kind of thing. But this is a little bit different. I'm going to make a hummus. I'm using some garbanzo beans, chickpeas, whatever. So I've got those, and I've got them all ready to go. And the way I did this was, instead of to prepare them, because they have to be they have to be soft. So in order to have them ready for this recipe, instead of soaking them overnight or doing the quick boil method on them, I just put them in my Instant Pot and I cooked them. And then I put them in the fridge and then we're done. So it's super simple. I just put them. This was 1 cup of garbanzo beans to 2 cups of water, and I put them in my little mini Instant Pot, and it literally has a button that says beans. And so I just pushed that button. So that was awesome. If you don't have that, though, it takes usually like 45 minutes or something, but you just can Google the kind of bean you have and just say like pinto beans Instant Pot, and it'll tell you how much water, how much beans, and how long to cook them if you don't have the bean button. But what I'm making today is kind of a snickerdoodle cinnamony hummus. This hummus is going to be awesome for things like apple slices. So simple. But I've got all my ingredients here. One thing that it has in it is almond butter. And this almond butter, a friend of mine made for me. And then I realized, I saw some of this at the store. It's incredibly expensive, but you can make your own. So this made me think, because I get my my nuts at Costco in the big bulk, the big bags. And that's how my friend made a bunch of these almond butters as a gift. So I might do a video coming up on how to just make different nut butters, like pecan butter, walnut butter, almond butter, cashew butter. They're so delicious. But I'm going to use the almond butter that my friend made. I've got the 2 cups of the garbanzo beans cooked. I've got a little bit of vanilla, because I'm going to use about a teaspoon of that. I've got 1/4 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of the almond butter, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I want that to stay there. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I'm actually going to add in a little bit of nutmeg. So let me go get my nutmeg and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my nutmeg. I just love the taste of nutmeg, and I think that this would probably be good with this. So it's super simple. Now you can do this in a Cuisinart thing, a food processor, or with maybe one of those immersion blenders, but I'm just going to use my blender. So what I'm going to do, and you can keep a little bit of the liquid that you cook the beans in case you need to add a little liquid to loosen this up. I'm hoping I don't. If I do, I'll just add some. But now, I'm going to make sure you can see my blender. There you go. Now I'm just going to put in the beans. Here we go. I'm going to put in all those beans. And now I'm going to put in the almond butter as well. And let me get you adjusted a little bit better. There, I moved it up so that you can see a little bit better. All right, now I'm going to put in this almond butter. And you could do different kind of butter. If you want like a peanut buttery taste, you could use peanut butter, any kind of cashew butter, maybe walnut butter, any of the butters made from the nuts. And they're super simple to make, actually. It's surprising. And I'm going to put that honey in here. And this is so good. And it's like, people have those little, like the little different dips. There's the cinnamon. Here's a little bit of the salt. And I'm going to add a little splash of vanilla. And I think I'm going to have to add a little bit of water. But let me add, there you go. And you can do all of this to taste. I just kind of measured those measurements out because that's about what I use. Now I'm going to take a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to grate some nutmeg in there just because I love it. It's one of my favorite spices. If it's got cinnamon in it, I have to add nutmeg. All right, now I'm going to turn the blender on and get this blended up, but I don't want you to have to listen to it. So I'm going to pause you while I blend this up, and it's just a matter of, it's just a matter of putting the blender on puree. So let me put it on puree, and I'll be right back with you. Hang on, I'm going to have to add a little bit of liquid to that. So let me get a little shot of liquid. If you don't mind the sound, we'll let you. I'll have it play for you. Okay, let's get a little liquid in there. Okay, now let's see how it goes. And I don't want it too runny. I want it a nice thick, like a hummus. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more water in there. That should be about right. Okay. Now, let me mix it up a little bit. I thought this might be too loud, but it doesn't seem like it really is. So I'll just do this for you. There we go. Get all the honey and stuff off the sides of the container. Now this is just as easy as this is. And this is like the best thing ever. It's, instead of having a fruit, this is like a super healthy fruit dip. There we go. There we go. But probably if you have a food processor, it would work a little bit better than a blender. But I just don't want to get my food processor out, honestly. Just don't feel like it. Okay, so I'm going to keep blending this up until it's nicely pureed. And then we'll see what it's like. All right, there it goes. I'm going to have to keep blending it around a little bit. I'm going to have to keep mixing it in. Probably should have got my food processor out, but this will work. So let me keep doing this until it gets to the consistency I want, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I let this go for another minute or so, and it's just the right consistency, the way I like it. You might want it a little bit thinner, but you can see that. It's just like a butter. It's perfect. All right, now I'm going to put this in a bowl with some apple slices, and I'll show you how I serve it. All right, I've got this dished up, and then this is just an evening snack with some apples and the dip, and it's so good. And it makes quite a bit, so I can have this tomorrow. This would actually be good added to a smoothie, or put with some bananas even, or even mix it in some oatmeal. It's awesome. But you know what's nice is you can have a sweet treat with the apples and this, and it's a super healthy, good protein, and it's just an easy way to use some, add some maybe garbanzo beans into your diet. So I hope you guys give this a try. Mix it up. You could add brown sugar to it or some of that. I use the Swerve brown sugar substitute, which is awesome. You could do any other spices that you want. Just make it your own flavor. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you try it out. And as always, oh, be sure and go check out in the description for all the people that are participating in the Bean Bonanza collaboration, because there's amazing recipes for you to try. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.